The thing that bummed me out were Sarah Silverman and Amy Schumer apologizing for their acts. And I was like, how dare you? Like, to me, that was almost like heresy. Like, the jokes that you created that were so outlandish, you know, and that's how you establish your name. Now you are distancing yourself from the humor that, you know, made you what you are. Like, that was your identity. Like, the ability to pointedly say anything and make fun of anyone. And they're like, oh, well, we shouldn't say that. And like, one of my heroes, Howard Stern, like what he has become and being consumed by political correctness. It's so sad to see, and him apologizing for, you know, bits that he did in the 80s and 90s. Right. And it's like, sure, they're off color and gross, but it's like, you know, at least give yourself the dignity to acknowledge that that's where we were at that time. Like, that's how people made each other laugh.
With somebody like Howard Stern, who is, you know, I mean, just really transformed radio and a lot of other kind of talk media because of that. And he had a couple of great interview shows on like the E! Channel. And he did a New Year's Eve special with, among other things, Sherman Helmsley from the Jeffersons, which is now like nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
And it was remarkable. It was pay-per-view, and I have a VHS of it somewhere slowly turning into vinegar, and it's beautiful. What happens with people like that, where they go from being the person who gives no fucks to the person interviewing Joe Biden and coaching him through his answers?
Yeah. The old Howard Stern would point out Joe Biden's dementia and, you know, probably have like Sal and Fred and everyone else like writing funny bits about how Joe Biden, you know, was pooping his pants in the Rose Garden. But, you know, now that he is this cultural codependent, it says a lot, and it says a lot about the people that they surround themselves with who make them feel like unless they abide by this progressive orthodoxy, they're bad people and they're to blame for everything. And they sort of buy into it. Jimmy Kimmel's the same way. Like, Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla are still best friends, but they have completely diverged from one another.
So this is like the old movie Angels with Dirty Faces, where Jimmy Cagney gets caught by the cops and goes to prison and becomes a gangster, and Pat O'Brien becomes a priest. You know, what happened that Adam Carolla went one direction and also did not just, I'm not going to say stay true to something, but he also created this vast alternative podcast media empire. Jimmy Kimmel hits the jackpot in the old legacy media thing. Can you just kind of talk a little bit about?
Yeah. So do you remember the Nicole Kidman movie To Die For?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Nicole Kidman, like her whole thing, she was a local newscaster, and she just wanted to go network. Yeah. She wanted, and she literally would have killed her own mom.
And she didn't care who got in her way.
Nope. Yeah. She was going to do, and that was Jimmy Kimmel. So he went the Nicole Kidman route and was like, you know, I'm going to appeal to the suits at Disney and ABC. I'm going to sanitize my comedy and my image and get a hair system. And Adam was just like,
they were on the Man Show.
The Man Show.
Right?
So
Which
Jimmy Kimmel made his name watching girls jump on trampolines so they could see their boobs bounce. Like, that's how he made his name. It's like, how could you abandon that? Where are your principles, sir?
Wow. He's going to wake up one day and wonder where it all went.
Yeah.
What about Adam Carolla?
So I think Adam is a genius. And I think Adam saw past radio because everyone at the time was like, oh, we got to get Howard stations. Like, if we get Howard stations, you know, we're going to be worth $100 million in a couple of years. Yeah. But Howard leaving Sirius just accelerated the push into new media.